get as much information as you can. Know what is happening, read, get data, so that when you speak authoritatively. I have heard Mukunji here say, the chair, that when I travel abroad, I should go with some of you. That is very good. Pigeni makofi huyu mjamaa. Lakini sasa ujaondoka kwa constituency yako, ujaenda the next constituency na unataka kwenda ngambo. Unataka kwenda kufanya nini ngambo? Si uanze kwanza wewe kama Mukunji ni kuone Bungoma. Umeenda kuona Bungoma, hii ndio vile, this is Bungoma. Haya, utoke hapo uende Vanga. Let me give you my personal experience. Is Kiborek here? Kiborek, there is a day you send me a copy. I don't know who. Somebody sent me a copy. It is you. So in Mogotio, in 1996, I had already gone there to sign a visitor's book. Mogotio from Eldoret is very far. Tunaelewana? So, understand your country. Friends, I am very happy that you have said it's cross-cutting. I want to see Methu. I want to see all these younger people, Wewe Kimayo. I want to see Karemba. I want to see this young man, Silvanus. Understand your country. That is how you can legislate better. That is how you're going to know if we are passing the sugar bill, if we are passing the coffee bill, if you have never been to a coffee growing area, what meaningful contribution can you make in parliament? Tutakuwa tunaongea tu hewa. I encourage you, and I am saying this from experience. I remember I went to Vanga. I wish Chiforomodo was here, the MP from that corner. I went to Vanga in 1998. I was member of parliament for Eldoret North. I met a gentleman there called Ngare. I still have his phone number today. Nikimpigia anachukua. You know? That's how you build a network. You know? Si mumesema ati tuko na marais hapa? Ama mulisema namna gani? Wako? Network. Weka network. Anza kupanga network. Mnanielewa? When you get a chance on the floor of parliament to legislate on matters that affect our country, use that platform to make our country better. The quality of legislation is going to be determined to a great extent by what government does, but it will be influenced by how parliament executes and make sure the legislation is in place. So, my friends, this evening is short. I just wanted to give you some snippets of what I think you should do. When I say leadership is serious business and it determines the destiny of nations, I will give you two examples. Last year, we made a decision that we are going to change the funding structure. Right? Last year. And we said, it is not tenable. You know, we must be honest with ourselves. We said that we were going to pay 80% for every student who goes to university. We could not afford it. So for almost 15 years, we knew we could not do it, But the problem is that nobody wanted to make the decision to say, let us change it. So tukaendelea, you know, we are only giving 40% of the money, we are promised 80%. So bills in a build-up kwa universities started to pay lecturers half salary, accumulated debts. They now have debts of like 60 billion. So last year, I made the decision and said, we are going to change the funding structure. Parliament, of course, was very hostile, said, no, look at this guy. He has introduced fees in the university. Namna. Anyway, let me give you the good news. Last week, I was with 41 vice-chancellors from our universities. Because we changed the funding model and we said, scholarship is not going to be available automatic. You're going to apply. Do you know what happened? 20% of the students, 18,000 students last year, did not apply for any scholarship. Their parents paid without asking government to support. And these are students we were imposing scholarships on, and yet their parents could afford. So what has that done? It has released more money for us to take care of vulnerable students. But when it was in Parliament, I could see many members of Parliament were going to piga kelele sana. Let me give you another example. Last year, we made a decision. We brought it to Parliament. Makelele ilikuwa mingi. Tukasema, we are putting a levy so that we don't have to import clinker, we don't have to import cement, we don't have to import furniture, we don't have to import, there was a fourth thing there. So, steel. Then industry went up and said, no, you see. Okay? So this year, we had a conversation with industry, but we stood our ground because we said, if we have sufficient manufacturing capacity locally, if we have manufacturing capacity for steel, for cement, for clinker, for furniture locally, why do we have to import? And if you want to import because you feel like importing, pay a levy. Do you know what happened this year? The same Kenya Association of Manufacturers, and they were sitting with me yesterday, they were complaining about the levy of 17.5%. So we told them, okay, let us reduce it to 10. Yesterday, they came back to me and told me, no, Mr. President, let's give it a 17. What has happened? You know, you are right, actually. We have decided to invest in local manufacture. If you remove this levy, those imports are going to destroy our investment. Mnanielewa? When we were making the decision last year, it was not popular, it was not right, people were making noise. Today, the same people who are making noise at us are telling us, keep the levy because we have done the right thing. We have invested. More companies in Kenya are now manufacturing cement, they are now manufacturing clinker, and they are now manufacturing steel. Why am I telling you this? I am telling you this, that leadership is not always about taking the popular decisions. It is about taking the right decisions always. I will give you one final thing so that I let you go. You remember last year we came up with a fertilizer subsidy program. And many of you who come from farming areas, you know DAP has been our fertilizer for the last 30 years. Everybody believes DAP is the only fertilizer. So last year, because as a farmer myself, I know DAP is the wrong fertilizer because it has made our soils acidic. And I stopped using fertilizer DAP almost 5 years ago because it is wrong. But then last year, when we made the decision, Ministry of Agriculture came and told me that, you know, Mr. President, we must bring fertilizer if the farmers have to buy. Otherwise, the farmers will rebel, they will not buy. The farmers have insisted it must be DAP. I told them, we are not going to buy DAP.